Time now for our community update this morning, and joining us in studio is Green Bay Police Chief Chris Davis. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So last year, in the beginning of the year, our city has seen a lot of shootings. Have we seen any type of a decrease?
If you compare the point up to now for this year, it's almost the same as it was this time last year. But what we have seen is it's gone down since around the first of the year when we had a pretty significant uptick in December.
Yeah, we had that rash of shootings for a while. It did kind of seem like we were getting fewer of them. Now, why do you think we have seen a decrease since then?
I think it's a combination of things. Number one, we made a number of arrests related to gun violence that happened in December. And we know that it's a lot of the same people that we see keep showing up at these incidents, and we were able to get some of them off the street and into the accountability system. I think that's probably a big part of it. And then I think a lot of the community focus on the issue has really raised a lot of people's awareness, and I think out in the community we're seeing more efforts to try to prevent that kind of thing from
So
happening.
were these shootings like retaliation shootings?
Some of them were. What we see is, we call it the cycle of violence, where you'll have one incident involving one group a lot of times, and then the other group will retaliate, and then that cycle just repeats itself.
I know you said there's ongoing efforts to kind of curb this. So what about the new neighborhood response team?
So we have kicked off the neighborhood response team. Right now it's 2 officers. The plan is to increase that to 4. Once staffing allows. We still have a number of sworn vacancies in the organization. But those 2 officers have started off just laying the foundation, starting to make some contacts and develop some relationships in the community, really digging into the data. We're just about to get our report back from the National Institute of Criminal Justice Reform that does kind of a deep dive into the dynamics of gun violence in our community. So we'll use that along with some collaboration with some community stakeholders to make a gun violence reduction plan for the city going forward.
So now, why did you start the new neighborhood response team?
That's really a best practice, to have dedicated resources for gun violence in cities that experience this problem. And we wanted to do it the right way. We didn't want to do it the way maybe it would have been done back in the 80s and 90s when we had this problem before, with more of a heavy enforcement focus. There is still a law enforcement component to it, and if people commit crimes, they can expect to be held accountable. But it's bigger than that. It's intended to also try to connect people at risk of either being a perpetrator or a victim of gun violence with resources to just get them out of that cycle and onto something else.
And we know it's very new, but how's it been going so far?
So far, it's been going really well. I met with the team just the other day, and I really like the direction that they're going. I think they understand the mission very well, and all of the complexity of the issue, and I think we're going to get good things out of this.
Now, as gas prices soar at the pump, gas thefts are being reported high across the country, either from credit card readers or stealing gas from cars or even drive-offs. Are we seeing that here in Green Bay?
We haven't seen a lot of that yet. There are things that people can do to protect themselves, though. If your car doesn't have a locking gas door, get a gas cap with a lock on it, and that'll help prevent a lot of that stuff. And then what we've seen is most of our gas stations make you prepay now, and that really helps avoid gas drive-offs.
And so what types of crimes are we seeing an increase in right now?
We're starting to see a fairly significant increase in property crime, primarily burglaries, thefts, including retail thefts like shoplifting, and auto theft continues to be a problem. We are also still seeing a problem with catalytic converter theft. Some of the biggest things that if we could get people to do that could reduce some of those issues, is don't leave your car running to warm it up, and don't leave valuable things in your car. Obviously, make sure your house is well lit, make sure you know your neighbors and you know your neighborhood, and you know what's outside the norm for your neighborhood. And obviously let us know if you see something suspicious, like somebody walking around your neighbor's house looking in windows like they're trying to break in or something like that.
And really quickly, why do you think these thefts are up?
We notice a very strong connection between drug addiction and property crime. And as we see growing issues with particularly fentanyl and methamphetamine, it's not surprising to me that we'll start to see an increase in property crime.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Sure.
We
Thanks for having me.
appreciate it.
All right, here's a Green Bay forecast. Might be a couple sprinkles out there amongst the clouds, and Off and on rain for today as we get into the low 40s. The full weather check is right after the break.